Comfortably zoned in Metsville.
All right, how are you guys?
All right.
All right, we got Robert in the house.
Yes,
Lenny Levine in the house.
Lenny who?
Levine.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes,
Well, at least we
yes,
know.
he's
We
known
know.
for
At
a
least we
long
know
time.
Zig. At least we know Zig's back in true form.
Yeah, right. That's how I remember you. It's not
I'm the slowest learner in California, and that's why I miss New York, because everybody calls you on what you are. And that's what the one thing about New York. You guys are in Florida, and you're in the Valley, Paulie, of California. I'm in Alameda, and I just want to know one thing about the Mets, and then you guys can take it from there. And if we want to morph in to the world situation, which is absolutely surreal, and talk about that, uh, just as the Mets defense is absolutely surreal. But I want to know what has been the wall of Lindor. How does his wife contribute to it? And what's going on?
Well, his wife hasn't been hitting, so that's one of the problems right there. And
No, but she caused an awful lot of disruption in the clubhouse. And anybody want to take it from there? What's that about?
there's. Go ahead, Lenny.
No, I'm going to say I don't know. So please take it
Oh.
over.
Oh,
It's okay. It's supposedly between Soto and Lindor. Okay, that they do not get along. It's divided the clubhouse. Okay, it started last year, and it's gotten to the point where they're actually talk about moving Lindor if they can find somebody to take him.
not Soto.
Not Soto. Lindor.
All right, the rumors of him going to San Diego were all over the internet.
Who? Soto?
Yeah.
I don't think that's true at all.
Oh, okay.
If one of the two gets moved, I think it'll be Lindor.
But what does that do? You're losing a middle infielder, the key to the infield. Can't they avoid that in any way? Can't they arbitrate that? I'm just amazed. He was on top of the world 2 years ago. What gives?
Well, it very well could be what's happening at home. You don't know. He's not hitting. He's not fielding. He blew a game the other day on a easy double play ball that would have ended the game. He booted it. The game got tied, and then they lost it. And that's just been indicative of what he's been all year. Now, when he was out, okay, Bo Bichette moved over to shortstop and was playing a very good shortstop. So that may factor into things now too, because they do have other people. Ronnie Mauricio can play shortstop. Okay, so to think that Lindor is the only thing at shortstop, it's not true anymore.
Well, that's heartwarming, except that Bichette, there's talk about Bichette becoming a free agent.
Well, he can, okay, but Okay, if he realizes that he's going to be, a major piece, okay, he's liable to stay. He started hitting, he started playing well, after his initial, getting used to New York. Not everybody can get used to New York.
Right.
He finally is. He's finally settling in.
That's nice because not everybody ever settles in.
No,
I can think about Ed Whitson as an example. Many others along the way.
right.
So, hey, Lenny, I just want to ask you a trivia question. Who is, not a trivia question, but do you know of Phoebe Snow, a former jingle?
Oh,
Got
sure.
her,
Certainly no
she,
feedback. Sure. Absolutely.
she was terrific.
Terrific
And,
singer. And she had a
and
hit called The Poetry Man.
ah,
She was a Jewish girl, a white Jewish girl who could sound just like a black singer. In fact, the first time I met her, I was amazed to see that she was white. She really sounded like a black.
Phoebe Snow was white.
Phoebe Snow is white, Jewish.
Holy shit.
Holy shit!
If you ever listen to a Paul Simon song when he brings Phoebe Snow in, it is the highlight of her musical being. She well, Mose Allison is white. To those of you who just heard him and never seen him, but Phoebe Snow surprises me as much as anything I've been surprised by musically.
Well, I
Wow,
was surprised too when I found out.
a white Jewish, a white, a white Jewish woman, and I might say, as a Jewish man, I respond to that on 78 different levels: good, bad, or indifferent. So, but wow, I will replay her music when we get off the air. And can we use this as kind of a segue to talk about what's going on? And I don't generally invite politics into this show at all. But I've got you guys together, and I am bemused, betwixt.
Which started and bewildered.
Right.
Ralph.
There you go. There she is.
Wow.
She looks like
Wow.
a light-skinned black woman, but actually she's a white woman with we call it a Jufro. You know, the kind of curly hair, kinky hair.
Right.
Call it a
A Jufro, right. And she's got a little linebacker in her. I don't know. But that just does surprise me. All right, let's talk about
There's a
what's
younger
going
picture
on.
of Ralph.
There you go.
Oh, wow.
Great singer. Okay. Nothing I can do. What can I do? I'm turning up my volume in general, but I don't know if that has to do with the mic. Oh,
Okay.
On there because I was sitting here coaching these guys behind the scenes and you guys couldn't hear what we were saying. Now you can see what we're saying. Yes,
All
Phoebe
right.
Snow, Phoebe Ann Loeb. Her last name was Loeb before she changed it to Snow. And
Okay.
of course, we all
Wow.
know her from the song Poetry Man.
Poetry Man.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, do you have some idea how she got started being a jingle writer or first, Lenny?
Not personally. The jingle business was pretty widespread, and there are certain groups of people that that I just never worked with because those weren't the clients that I was working with. But I came to know her. She's a friend of mine, Bob Rose, a great guitarist, studio guitarist, and that's when I found out she was Jewish. Because
Right.
right on, you know.
All
But
right, so here's right from the pages of Wikipedia. Phoebe
right.
Snone, born Phoebe Ann Loeb, born April 26, 20. Oh, I'm sorry, that can't be a lot, right? Born July 17th, 1950, was an American roots music singer,
Was,
songwriter, and
oh no,
guitarist.
What do you mean was?
Is she deceased?
That's what it says. I'm reading right from there. Was an
Yeah.
American roots
She-
music singer, songwriter, and
Definitely.
guitarist known for her hit 1974 and 75 songs Poetry Man and Harpo Blues, and her credited vocals in Paul Simon's Gone at Last. She was described by the New York Times as a contralto grounded in bluesy growl and capable of sweeping over 4 octaves. Snow also sang numerous commercial jingles for many American products during the 1980s and 90s, including General Foods International coffees. General Foods International coffees, Salon Selectives, and Stouffer's. Snow
Wow.
experienced success in Australia in the late 1970s and the early 1980s with 5 top 100 albums in that country. In 1995, she recorded a gospel album with Sisters of Glory. She died April 26, 2011, at the age of 60 in Edison, New Jersey.
Mm.
Wow.
Sorry. Yeah.
So there you
That's
go.
sad. All right. Speaking of dying, is McConnell dead?
I think yes.
No, I think he
dead.
tagged Lindsey Graham and he was it.
Yeah, he was the one, but
I mean, is
Lindsey
that a
Graham
certain-
got the cooties. And
What-
Mitch McConnell, I think he's a vampire. He looks better than he's ever looked before.
Right.
Yeah,
that's an old picture.
Yeah,
That proof of life picture supposedly is an old picture.
yeah, AI does wonders for you.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, the proof of life picture was an old one?
Yes.
That's what I heard. You know.
Oh,
Me too.
jeez.
Wow.
That was all supposed to be AI.
If it's proof of life, you're supposed to hold up the day's newspaper. You know.
Yeah, I have a joke about that I can't share with you guys.
They did have a daily newspaper, and people were saying it was AI because,
Oh,
but they held one up, and he looked better, like you guys say, than he's ever looked before.
Yep.
But
I knew it was AI when he was smiling.
right.
Right? I was like, oh, that's fake. We've never seen him smile.
Yeah, and also his
Right.
gray hair all of a sudden got darker.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he had less turtleneck, if you know what I mean.
Yes. Yes.
That's the guy that wears a turtleneck even when he's not wearing a turtleneck.
No, it's to cover up all the nipples.
Anyway, my question is, how could the powers that be let them go on and not choose another senator?
No,
I'm not
the
being political.
governor is a Democrat. That they have a big problem with that. It wasn't any problem with Lindsey Graham because the governor is Republican and he appointed his sister.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
but that's only until November. November is a general election. His
Right.
seat was up in November, so.
Right, the seat is up in November, but until then, as far as Senate confirmations of the schmuck Todd Blanche and stuff like that that's going to happen in the intervening time, this is a Democratic governor who, if he gets a chance to appoint the senator, will flip the seat blue, at least temporarily.
Right.
They don't want that to happen, so they're really panicking here.
Okay. I have another question. Is well, let me put that off and you guys talk for a minute and I'll think about what that provocative question was and let's just blame that one on the cannabis. How about that?
Okay.
You blame everything on Canada.
Well, yeah, or
Say
credit everything,
In a cloud of smoke.
right?
it.
You take the good with the bad. But
Yeah, I don't think that was I don't think that was the Lone Ranger's cry, right? In a puff of smoke in a high old silver.
as Lenny will tell you, that was originally Hi-O Silverstein who wrote the thing. But
Everybody's Jewish if you look, if you look deep enough.
and if they eat Levy's rye bread too, you gotta eat Levy's rye bread. But where you live, Lenny, it's basically Jewish. You're in a absolutely. I know the community well that you live in, and it is very, very 90% Jewish.
I don't live in. I live in Connecticut now. I mean, I'm from New York. I grew up in Brooklyn. I lived on the Upper West Side. I live in Connecticut now. Since I live in Connecticut, but I'm still in New York. I'll always be in New York. But where I live now is not primarily Jewish at all.
Yeah. Anyway, hey, Paulie, let's do a little business, and I'll come back toked up.
Yes.
Okay. That sounds good. That's what we'll do. All right. Take the camera off you. Take the mic off y'all. Because I hear a motorcycle in the background, and I'm guessing the motorcycle is not in Robert or Lenny's front room, so I'm going to guess it's on Zig's end. All right, guys, this is what we do. That's a problem too. Yeah, he's on his Harley again, I bet.
Yeah, I've got Dan Rush is helping me with motorcycle lessons.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Not great motorcycle rider, and we need to get him on the show. He and his lovely wife.
That's right. That is true. So we'll have to put them on our little list. But as you said, let's go ahead and make some do some business, keep the lights on, so to speak. And are we playing one or two commercials today? Thank you. That's all you have to say. I've got you from there. All right. Yes, we do. There we go. All right. Gentlemen, this is what we do. We do everything to keep the lights on. I will share this with you. First of all, is please reach out, subscribe, ring that little bell wherever applicable. This is where you can find Comfortably Zoned in Metsville, as well as Hanging with Zig in the Zone, and any other Comfortably Zoned product you will find on these channels. Facebook Comfortably Zoned, Facebook Comfortably Zoned, Hold on. Let me finish. Okay, Facebook, Comfortably Zoned, YouTube on the Ralph Zig Tyko page, as well as all these other pages on Instagram and Twitch. Please go like, subscribe, ring the bell. You'll be informed whenever a new podcast or a re-release of one from the archives, or maybe just some new offering you don't know about. Please go like, subscribe, ring that little bell. That'll do that for us. And then now let's get to that next commercial.
For tenant and landlord disputes, there's no other than the law office of Jeff Canberra. Call now 1-510-865-7369, and don't forget to tell them Zig sent you.
All right, and now right over to Robert. Robert, tell us about how we can keep up with everything at what is Robsco, right? Oh, wait, I'm so sorry. Tell us that again. For some reason, I had it off because I heard, not only did I hear a motorcycle, then I heard an airplane. And so I had it muted just for the airplane. So tell us about how we can get to Robsco and what you guys do at Robsco.
Yeah, we're on eBay. Okay, we sell all kinds of old stuff, baseball cards, football, hockey, basketball, Pokemon cards, yearbooks, old baseball magazines, the whole 9 yards. We have all kinds of stuff, all books. Some are 49. Okay, I don't have any of Lenny's books handy right now, but we sell just about everything else.
So anything old, so we might even be able to find Zig at a good cost.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, you got the old part right down pat.
You can get Zig and an original old National League baseball.
All right. All right. And, you could buy my book through Robert. We'll arrange to do that.
Yes. Yep. Yep.
And I wrote a book in conjunction with George Grimm, who right now is ailing and can use some good vibes from folks. So I'd like to put that out. But there's a picture of my book. It's called Comfortably Zoned, ironically, in a vat of pine tar. And when you think of pine tar, you think of Brett. He's not mentioned once in the book. But so give you some idea. If you're into the golden age of baseball, please look at the reviews on Amazon and then push the button, because you won't be disappointed. Peter Golenbach, one of my mentors in life, wrote the foreword. One of the people that wrote the foreword, Mark Littell, wrote the other foreword, the former pitcher. And what he said was, it's a brilliantly written book. Now, George Grimm and I both agree that will go in the first paragraph of our respective obituaries.
Yeah.
Can you you can appreciate that I didn't start the book until I was in my 70s, and the book is a culmination written from interviews that I did through podcasts, and George Grimm turned it into a marvelous book. So that's my ad for today. And what can I tell you? Lenny, what you got going that we could talk about?
Well, can I talk about my book?
Yeah.
Okay, this is it. It's called Die Hard Fan, and it's a mystery. It's a murder mystery that takes place in the final week of the 1951 season, the week leading up to Bobby Thompson's shot heard round the world. And it has details of the games, just as part of it, sometimes from the field itself, sometimes from the minds of the players at the time. But it's basically a murder mystery about some Dodger fan who senses the end is coming because this is the Dodgers' history of blowing pens, and he can't stand it anymore, and he lashes out in anger, and he starts killing people who are Giant fans that get him annoyed. And who is the murderer? Well, it could very well be the father of a 12-year-old protagonist in this, 12-year-old boy named Eddie Fine, who finds out that his father and tries desperately to prove that he's innocent. And it moves right along with the games that are taking place throughout that week, and it comes to its climax exactly at the moment that Bobby Thompson hits the home run. It's a murder mystery about the Brooklyn Dodgers in 1951. It's called Die Hard Fan. It's on Amazon and Barnes and Noble, paperback, and also Nook and Kindle. So please,
Beautiful.
well,
Yeah.
the story in the lower left-hand corner here, but the box that has me, according to my camera, looks just fine.
Was clear. Okay, so then
So I
we'll
think
go
it's
with
somewhere
that.
in between my camera and your equipment there.
There you go.
And you're hearing airplanes, Paulie, so what the hell do you know?
Yeah, I know. I'm hearing
Motorcycle.
airplanes and motorcycles, and yeah, you never
Right.
know what's going on with me. Maybe I need to check to see if the toast is burning.
So, hey, let's talk about Head Start. This network is built on helping people in our community. In my case, Alameda, but anywhere you go, anywhere you are, kids need books. So I implore you to bundle up some new or lightly used children's books and take them to the Head Start program. You'd be entitled to a tax deduction if need be. And what you're doing is priceless because there's a very good chance that from what the child reads, they will develop a passion in life. And I know that Robert and Lenny read a lot as kids,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it influenced how you lived your life, your ideology, your social skills, which I have none of, but I haven't been influenced like these kids can be. So it would be wonderful. You'd make an old guy feel good, even if he doesn't know about it. Just that you're doing it, the vibes that you send out. You could have a book fair in your neighborhood for kids' books. If you live in a neighborhood where there's a lot of kids that grew up, chances are their parents have books, and you could be a hero. Even if you bring one book over to the to Head Start, and it's the right book, So think about that.
All right, guys.
Paulie,
Remember Head Start programs. Head Start programs help children get ready to succeed in school and in life, earning early learning and development, health and wellness, family well-being, as well as family engagement. It all starts with a book in hand. So please, like Zig said, give give a new or lightly loved used book or books to the local Head Start program. We are back.
and and not just Head Start, but you know that the regime, the autocratic regime that we lived in, is cutting back on everything from research to children's cancer on up, if you
Right.
are on down. So, what we need to do is make up the difference as a society and give to people who need it. It doesn't have to be formally, but uh, you could buy a meal for a person at McDonald's who you know needs a meal, and they've and that's a good thing. So I'm going to be 80 in this next birthday. I'm in my 80th year. I'm thinking in terms of what can I do to really help this world. And I haven't been able to come up with anything more important than Head Start and getting the word out about that on the network that I have come to really love. And the reason I love the network is the people that come on the show and contribute. I love them. And we've lost a lot of regulars in the past 2 years. And I'll name some names. Ronnie Rabinovich passed away. Mark Littell passed away. Just for starters. Eric Lindeberg was a tremendous contributor and supporter of Comfortably Zoned. He passed away. Marty Rose, who is the symbol of what we do on the Mets show, we carry it on in his memory because he wanted us to.
Yeah.
And we have the Marty Rose Memorial podcast booth at the network, and we're proud of that. So let me just say, when life gets bad, think not just for you guys, for everybody out there, think about what you can do to make it better for other people, and it will instantly be better for yourself.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And if you guys want to elaborate on that personally, we can get to know you a little bit that way. Lenny, what do you say?
Well, the thing that I'm proudest of that I did was for several years I participated in a reading program called Reading Partners. And I would go into this school and spend an hour a day or so with these first graders who, just
Wow.
learning to read. And if you can get a first grader interested in reading, then you have set him on a path of life. If he's in the 5th or 6th grade by then, it's much more difficult. But first graders, if they can read and appreciate it. And the thing that I realized as I got into it and sort of refining the technique that I would use was to read to them, because these are kids whose parents either could not read themselves or didn't have time to read to them. Whereas people who are more affluent, their kids are read to all the time, and they're put right on the right path. So, rather than I would have the kid read, and then I would say, okay, now I'm going to read, and you're going to help me. And then so I would read to him and stop before an easy word, and then he or she would read that word. All right, and then we go on. And so we were both reading a story together. And I felt that really clicked with these kids.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, the program dried up after COVID. We couldn't do it anymore during COVID, and then it never got back together again. But there were about 5 years there where I was privileged to do it, and there's nothing like it. Nothing like affecting a child and getting them to love reading. Nothing better you can do.
Beautiful. Now, Robert, you worked with children all your life.
Yeah.
Can you give us an example of what people out there can do to make it a better world?
Well, volunteer, okay, for one thing, and especially with sports. Unfortunately, you get people doing the coaching that have no business coaching, okay. Unfortunately, you also have parents in the stands that have no business sitting in the stands either. But,
That was good.
tractor trailer.
Perfect timing there, Zig.
Yeah, I'm an old man. What are you gonna do?
Oh my gosh. And whatever, literally why it changed is he was talking and then all of a sudden the truck went by or something and it switched to your camera.
That's in your head. Now you got airplanes, trucks, and motorcycles. So you got some sort of transportation fetish.
It is a little strange. It's all these different machines in my head. It's usually just all these voices. Sorry, go ahead.
Right.
That's a gurgling.
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead, Robert. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I thought it was pretty poignant that you're sitting there talking about working with kids and then it zooms in on him. Go ahead.
Hopefully nobody got run over by that.
This is like Benjamin Button backwards or something. This fucking sucks. Go ahead.
Or red buttons if you want to take it one gender. What was his line, Lenny? He had a yeah. I never get booked, or I don't know. An amusing guy from my growing up in the 50s.
Yep.
And that's one advantage of getting old is memory.
Even every time we call Robert and he picks up, he answers like that old comedian. I want to say it's Maury or Murray or whatever. Hello there.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Hello
It was the guy with the curly hair, and I can't remember, but one of the last things he did was, I can't remember, but yeah. I remember.
I can picture him. I can't remember his name.
And he just passed away in the last few years. But the last thing I remember him doing commercially was like Doritos commercials in the 80s or something.
There goes that truck again.
There goes that damn truck again. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm glad it's in all of your heads because transportation is my middle name. What the fuck am I talking about? I am talking about nonsense, which, believe me, it keeps my mind, this interaction with you guys, talking about nonsense sometimes keeps your mind off the real world. And it's been stressful, what's going on. I asked, oh my God, Pauly from time to time, how he sees the end game going. And I'll ask
we're living in end of times. Are we talking about how the little orange
How is
monsters
this-
in Amita's End, or what? What are we talking
not
about?
just that, how is it going to get better? Because I'm an optimist, and I can't believe it's going to stay this way forever.
Yeah, you're right. I'm an optimist too. I always look at the glass as half full of piss, and so, or in my case, I guess Mountain Dew. Yes, you can sponsor this.
Yeah.
Okay, but how's it? I think everybody has to do their part. Whatever your part is, that's what you got to do. What do we have to do? I guess we have to show up in Metsville every week and spout off like some old geezers and talk shit to the younger folks. And here's the weird thing. It used to be, you would always hear from the older generation, oh my gosh, the younger kids, they're wild, they're off the hook, they're this or that, or they're crazy or whatever. Really? I don't think the younger people are doing anything. So I think it's up to us, the older generations, to speak our mind, because apparently they're too much on their devices and finding out what they can cook in their air fryers and what else? Walking through life with blinders on, which again, blinders is your devices. If it's your phone or a computer or, I'm afraid to watch movies anymore. My wife and I had started so many darn series. We'll notice a series and like, oh, there's only 8 episodes, 8 1-hour episodes. We'll watch those 8 1-hour episodes in a day. And it's like, uh-oh, we're a victim of our surroundings.
Yeah.
There's times where me and my wife are in the same room, and normally I would have my hand on her leg or whatever, but I'm sitting there doom scrolling. And so I think we have to do our part. We have to be aware. We have to be conscious. Every week, my phone sends me a little thing that says, hey, you've gotten a little worse this week. Now you've been on your phone 12 hours a day or whatever. Right? And so I think we need more notifications like that to say, hey, you haven't hugged or told someone you love them today. My watch is always telling me, stand up, hydrate, go on a brisk 15-minute walk. It should be telling me, hug my kids, call my mother, give my wife a kiss and tell her how much I love and care for her. So I think we got to do whatever it takes. If you're in the zeitgeist and you actually want to speak truth to power, great. But at least be relevant and active in your own life. So, I think that's what we got to do.
If you're walking your kid in a stroller, put the phone down and interact with the kid.
Yes, I would think.
Oh no, I see so many kids. I see so many kids in shopping carts, in strollers, and they've got an iPad. They're holding like this. They're holding like a $300 iPad.
Yeah.
The other day, I was on a bus. Okay, I'll share this with you. I was on a bus, and I'm standing and I'm holding the bar, right? And I see, what do I see? I see this mom sitting in her seat, but she's holding her child. And I know she wasn't breastfeeding him because she had him like straddling her, and he was like hitting her. I couldn't see what he was doing, but he was like hitting her and laughing. And I thought, is he like slapping his mom? No, he's not slapping her on the face. And I start doing this, trying to see what's going on. She was a very large-breasted woman, and she had her phone cradled between her boobs, kind of like she had a low shirt. And it was like, and he was watching a cartoon and tapping on the screen.
Oh, God.
And I thought, oh my gosh, that's what they meant by boob tube.
There you go. Very good.
And then she kind of, I start staring at him and start staring down there, and she finally looks up at me and she goes, excuse me, how can I help you? And I'm like, I love this episode. I could binge watch this all day long. And so you get it, guys. So that's where I'm at.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, these devices are like babysitters that parents just put in front of their kids so they don't have to deal with them. And,
Right.
It's just
Yes.
it's
Yes.
just separation. It's separation.
Or the other way around. You're using as an adult, one is using their device to not deal with the kids.
Yeah.
Right.
So works both ways. How we doing time wise, Paulie?
We're about that time.
All right, had a hunch. Anything specific that you guys want to close with? Anything that we left out of the conversation? We haven't gotten into the absurdity of our government as much as it warrants.
Well, if you want absurdity, Thursday night, Donald J. Trump is going to address the nation and try to convince everybody that he was made the biggest fool in history in 2020. Because that's what it is. If he really was cheated out of an election where he was the president and his party controlled not only the Senate and the Supreme Court, but also the election apparatus in the swing states that he says cheated him out, then what else would he be but the biggest fool in American history? And he's desperate that everybody should know this. And to me, it encapsulates the entire insanity.
Right.
With Trump and his followers.
Well, I wrote a meme way back that Trump is in for his Waterloo. But the irony is that the motherfucker doesn't even know the analogy.
Right.
And it's true. It's true. Robert,
well, let's make sure we go around one more time. Make sure you guys shout out whatever you're doing. I know, Lenny, show us your book one more time and tell us where we can get it.
Die Hard Fan, and it's available on Amazon and Barnes and Noble, and it's paperback, and it's print, and it's also Nook and Kindle.
Right on, and it's nice and clear to me today. There we go.
All
and
right,
Robco, tell us again where we can get your fine products, sir.
Okay, on eBay. Okay, go on eBay, look up Robco, and you'll see all of our good stuff.
There you go.
Beautiful.
Then Ziggy, tell us where we can get all your fine goods. No, that's not it.
Well, not
at your nearest cannabis store. I know.
At my newest, and we are lucky in Alameda. And Melody, who comes on, is the mama bear of cannabis. And she says it would be better if we only had 2 dispensaries, one on each side of town. It would make it better. But I'm on this side of town, and I can live with whatever it is, as long as it's legal, because I can remember the days when it wasn't. And I know that Pauly, too, lived most of his life like we did, without the ready accessibility and a break on prices over the long haul.
Well, yeah. So a lot of us remember when you had to forage for marijuana.
Right.
We would have to go wait. We would have to go wait around the corner from somewhere, or give someone else our money, or if we were fortunate enough, we could go directly to someone's home Go to someone's home. You usually have to sit there and hang out with them while they did something. I don't know why, but you had to pretend like you were their best friend. If they were watching a movie halfway through, you had to finish watching that movie with them. If they were hungry, you probably were the one ordering the pizza for the dude. And the funny thing is, and I don't know about this, I don't know why this happens. Every time we would score pot, what would we have to do immediately afterwards? Start smoking it with the guy that sold it with us.
Oh yeah, you have to taste it before you.
Yeah, you have to taste it. It's not like he didn't have enough. He just had enough to take care of a small country. But he gave me a little pile, and I might as well smoke that with him too. So yeah, that was it.
I come from the seeds and the twigs.
Yeah.
That was a big part of my life. And I get a little shoebox and shake it. And it was ritualistic, but the quality of cannabis today doesn't even compare.
Mine was, I always had an album cover close. I always had an album cover close, and I could do the old scoop, right? You just go and make sure the seeds rolled right out.
Right, but if you get a shoebox, if you get a shoebox cover, you're not going to lose any of it when it rolls.
Oh, gotcha.
Put it in a strainer, that's all you do is put it in a strainer and then save the twigs, in another compartment. But
Absolutely.
It comes through the mesh on the strainer.
Yeah.
All right, so we're getting close here.
Those were the days, my friend. We thought they'd never end.
Well, I'm glad they ended.
Yes. All right, guys. Thank you for being here.
Well, thank you.
Good hour, let me tell you.
Yeah.
All right.
So until next week,
Take
guys.
us out.
All right, until next week, please like, subscribe, and follow us wherever you get your podcast material. As Ziggy said, we'll see you next week here in Metsville.